We were solving a technical challenge. It was motivating all of us working on it. If you had two computers that were different, how could you get them to move data from one to the other? What we see are some good things and some bad things. Communication around the globe has expanded dramatically. The ability to move information and data around the globe has expanded dramatically. I certainly do not like the fact that there is so much, call it cybersecurity related. Both the fact that we have to worry about so much protecting ourselves and that people are attacking so much. I really don't like that. I never liked the fact that there was all that pornography up front. But you know, you have it in society, and you're going to find a microcosm of virtually everything in society to show up in the network environment. The future is going to have a very large number of information systems. Some of them are going to be just archives of data of one sort or another. Maybe not just from the Internet of Things. They may be from the Large Hadron Collider. They may be from somebody's internal lab experiments. Some of it may be from the marketplace at large. So the challenge today is how do we get different, we call them heterogeneous information systems built by different parties on different computer bases that may change going into the future to all become interoperable going forward. If information shows up in your computer, you know, it'd be very nice to know what it is just by looking at the information itself. So you want information that's sort of self-identifying and comes with enough information that you know what you can do with it. Let's say, for example, that we kept track of certain epidemiology information, or any medical information, and now somebody wants to come in and look at the history of information that's been collected, and maybe it's anonymized or maybe it's directly accessible. They can start to process this to build up some notion of what the trends are, how things spread. Maybe you can figure out how a particular disease evolved or where it came from, even though you weren't looking for it back then, but you knew what the attributes were. Because every one of these objects will be tagged with enough metadata you can understand where it was taken, what the device was. The metadata will tell you about, you know, who the manufacturer was. You'll know about how the data it was created was formatted. You can know the date time stamp when it was created if they do that. And now you can start to process information because it's all, you know, atomic and accessible. You can all put it together in some fashion. We developed a protocol. We call it the Digital Object Interface Protocol, and my hope is that that will be something that gets built into every system as at least one default standard way to interface with it, and that interface is all based on exchanging identifiers.
As you put more and more identifiers in, doesn't it make it easier for people to violate one's privacy?
You know, for every technology, you have to understand that it can be used for good or for evil. This whole architecture really is based on saying what one can do with every single object. So if it's your medical record, you might want to list only people that have the following identifiers can access it. This can be controlled by individuals for their information or companies for their information or governments for this information. Whether it's identified or not is not the critical issue. It's the protection mechanisms that are built into the architecture.